Krishna's early life is a tapestry of divine charm, innocence, and extraordinary events. Born in the prison of Mathura to Devaki and Vasudeva, his arrival was no ordinary occurrence. Prophecies foretold him as the destroyer of the tyrannical king Kansa. His very birth was marked by miracles. The prison gates unlocked, chains fell apart, and the Yamuna River parted to pave the way for his escape to Gokul. Hidden away in a humble household, Krishna grew up as the foster child of Yashoda and Nanda, unaware of his divine destiny, but destined to fulfill it. As a child, Krishna's playful and mischievous nature earned him both affection and complaints from the villagers. His love for butter became legendary, as he would often sneak into homes with his friends, devising clever ways to steal it. These acts, while mischievous, symbolized his role as the divine lover of joy and simplicity, teaching humanity to embrace life's sweetness. Yet, behind the charm lay his ability to perform miracles effortlessly, revealing glimpses of his divinity even in childhood. One such miracle was his taming of the serpent Kaliya. The Yamuna River, where the villagers fetched water, had been poisoned by the presence of this venomous snake. Without fear, Krishna leaped into the river, wrestled Kaliya, and danced on its hoods until the serpent surrendered. This act wasn't merely a display of strength, but a lesson in courage and harmony, as Krishna allowed the serpent to leave peacefully rather than destroying it. Another pivotal moment from Krishna's childhood was the lifting of Govardhan Hill. When the villagers prepared to worship Indra, the god of rain, Krishna persuaded them to instead honor the hill that provided them shelter and sustenance. Angered, Indra unleashed torrential rains, threatening to flood Gokul. In response, Krishna lifted the entire Govardhan Hill on his little finger, providing shelter to the villagers and their cattle. This act was not just a demonstration of his divine power, but a profound message about self-reliance and the importance of respecting nature over blind rituals. Krishna's interactions with the cowherd girls, the gopis, further exemplified his unique approach to love and devotion. While his playful teasing of the gopis might seem trivial, it carried a deeper significance. Their unconditional love and surrender to Krishna symbolized the soul's longing for union with the divine. Through these simple, joyful exchanges, Krishna reminded humanity of the pure, selfless devotion that transcends worldly ties. Through his childhood, Krishna embodied a balance of innocence and divine wisdom. His life was a series of lessons wrapped in the guise of playful acts, teaching the importance of courage, humility, and devotion. Every incident, whether stealing butter, taming a serpent, or lifting a mountain, carried profound meaning, resonating far beyond its immediate context. Krishna's early life is a reminder that divinity isn't distant or unreachable, but can manifest in the most ordinary and joyous moments of life. Krishna's role in the Mahabharata is one of profound depth and complexity. His relationship with the Pandavas, particularly Arjuna, shaped the outcome of the greatest war ever fought in human history. Krishna, the divine strategist, appeared at a crucial juncture in the lives of the Pandavas, guiding them through moral dilemmas, family conflicts, and the inevitability of war. His relationship with Arjuna, in particular, is one of friendship, loyalty, and divine guidance. Before the war, Arjuna found himself in a state of moral paralysis, questioning the righteousness of fighting his own kin. His heart was torn, filled with doubt and sorrow, unsure if it was just to engage in a battle that would destroy his family and friends. At this pivotal moment, Krishna, acting as his charioteer, imparted the teachings that would forever change Arjuna's perspective on life, duty, and destiny. This conversation between Krishna and Arjuna is immortalized in the Bhagavad Gita. In the Gita, Krishna speaks not only to Arjuna, but to all of humanity. He begins by urging Arjuna to perform his duty as a warrior, without attachment to the results of his actions. He explains the concept of karma yoga, the path of selfless action, where one must act in accordance with dharma without being concerned with the fruits of their actions. Krishna emphasizes that it is not the outcome, but the intention behind each action that defines its righteousness. Krishna's teachings extend beyond just the realm of duty and action. He introduces Arjuna to the concepts of Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion, and Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge. Through these paths, Krishna reveals the nature of the self and the divine, explaining that the soul is eternal and beyond birth and death. This realization allows Arjuna to transcend his fear and hesitation, understanding that the war is not just a physical battle but a spiritual one, where his soul's journey is at stake. Beyond philosophical teachings, Krishna's actions during the war had a profound impact on the course of events. While he did not take up arms himself, his strategic guidance proved decisive. He gave Arjuna crucial counsel on the battlefield, advising him on whom to fight and when to act. Krishna's presence on the battlefield was that of a divine guide, ensuring that the Pandavas would ultimately triumph, despite overwhelming odds. Krishna's role as a charioteer, a friend, and a mentor symbolizes the divine presence that guides human beings through their struggles. He stood not as a distant god, but as an intimate ally to Arjuna, offering wisdom, support, and protection. Krishna's involvement in the Mahabharata war was not to fight for the Pandavas, but to help them find their own strength, both as warriors and as individuals walking the path of Dharma. His message was clear. True victory is not in conquering others, but in conquering oneself and understanding one's purpose in the grand scheme of existence. Ultimately, Krishna's wisdom guided Arjuna to the realization that the war was a cosmic event, part of a greater divine plan. The outcome of the battle, although tragic, was a necessary step in the restoration of Dharma. Krishna's teachings resonate across time, emphasizing the eternal battle between good and evil and the importance of upholding righteousness in all aspects of life. Krishna's connection to devotion transcends mere rituals, symbolizing a profound bond between the divine and the human soul. He is not just worshipped as a deity, but adored as a beloved companion, a guide, and an eternal presence in the lives of his devotees. The essence of bhakti lies in surrender, and Krishna's life offers countless examples of how devotion can become a path to liberation. The love shared between Krishna and the gopis is one of the most celebrated expressions of bhakti. The gopis, cowherd girls of Vrindavan, were ordinary individuals who transformed their mundane lives through their unflinching love and surrender to Krishna. Their devotion was selfless and pure, free of any worldly desires. Krishna, in return, reciprocated their love, not as a divine entity distant from his devotees, but as a friend, a confidant, and a partner in their spiritual journey. This bond symbolizes the soul's longing for union with the divine, where barriers of ego and individuality dissolve in the presence of unconditional love. Another profound example of bhakti is seen in the story of Sudama, Krishna's childhood friend. Sudama, a poor Brahmin, visited Krishna with a humble offering, overwhelmed with the thought of meeting his friend who had become the ruler of Dwarka. Krishna, however, welcomed him with open arms, treating him with the same affection and warmth as in their childhood days. This tale highlights Krishna's egalitarian approach, showing that devotion transcends social status and material possessions. To Krishna, the purity of one's heart matters more than any external offering. Krishna's teachings in the Bhagavad Gita further emphasize the path of devotion. He assures Arjuna that anyone, regardless of their background or past actions, can attain liberation through unwavering faith and love. Krishna's promise to protect and guide those who surrender to him is not limited to any specific group or individual, but extends to all of humanity. His teachings reveal that bhakti is not about fear or obligation, but about cultivating a personal and intimate relationship with the divine. For many, Krishna's flute serves as a metaphor for his call to devotion. The music of his flute is said to penetrate the hearts of all who hear it, awakening a deep longing for spiritual connection. The flute, empty and hollow, symbolizes the ideal devotee who empties themselves of ego and attachments, allowing divine love to flow through them. Through this metaphor, Krishna teaches that true devotion requires surrendering the self, letting go of pride, and embracing humility. Krishna's impact on the Bhakti movement is unparalleled. Saints and poets across centuries have drawn inspiration from his life and teachings, composing hymns and songs that celebrate his divine play, his love for humanity, and his eternal presence. From Mirabai's impassioned devotion to Surdasa's poetic adoration, Krishna remains a central figure in the spiritual and cultural life of India. Ultimately, Krishna's influence on devotion is timeless. He represents a personal connection to the divine, a reminder that spirituality is not about rituals or hierarchy but about love, surrender, and the recognition of the divine within. Through his life, teachings, and presence, Krishna continues to inspire countless souls to walk the path of bhakti, finding solace and liberation in the embrace of his eternal love. Krishna's stories carry a legacy that transcends time, bridging ancient wisdom with modern relevance. His life is not merely a mythological tale, but a profound exploration of human nature, morality, and the divine. Across centuries, Krishna has inspired people to seek higher truths while embracing the complexities of existence with grace and wisdom. One of Krishna's most enduring legacies is his emphasis on the balance between action and detachment. His teachings remind us that life is a journey of constant action, yet true freedom lies in performing duties without attachment to the results. This philosophy resonates deeply in today's fast-paced world, where the pursuit of success often leads to stress and discontent. Krishna's wisdom offers a path to inner peace, teaching that success is not in the outcome but in the integrity and intention behind one's actions. Krishna also embodies the universal concept of love in its purest forms, romantic, platonic, and divine. His interactions with the gopis, his unwavering friendship with Arjuna, and his compassionate guidance to countless souls illustrate the transformative power of love. This love transcends selfish desires, evolving into a bond that connects the soul with the divine. In a world often divided by differences, Krishna's message of unity through love remains profoundly relevant, encouraging humanity to rise above divisions and embrace a collective sense of belonging. Another significant aspect of Krishna's legacy is his role as a guide through moral ambiguity. Life is seldom black and white, and Krishna's stories acknowledge the shades of gray that define human experience. In the Mahabharata, he navigates the complexities of dharma, demonstrating that righteousness is not always about rigid adherence to rules, but about understanding the larger context. His counsel to Arjuna highlights the importance of discernment, urging individuals to consider the broader consequences of their choices. This nuanced perspective makes Krishna's teachings timeless, offering clarity in an ever-changing world. Krishna's connection to nature and the cosmos also holds deep meaning. He is often depicted as a divine being in harmony with the natural world, from his early days in the pastures of Vrindavan to his cosmic form revealed in the Bhagavad Gita. His stories remind us of our responsibility to protect and cherish the environment, viewing it as an integral part of the divine. In an era of ecological challenges, Krishna's reverence for nature serves as a call to action, inspiring sustainable living and respect for the planet. The cultural impact of Krishna is immeasurable. His presence is deeply woven into art, music, dance, and literature, enriching the spiritual and creative tapestry of humanity. From traditional paintings to modern reinterpretations, Krishna's image has evolved while remaining true to his essence. His stories have been told and retold in countless forms, each generation finding new layers of meaning within them. This adaptability ensures that Krishna's legacy remains alive, dynamic, and relevant across time and space. Ultimately, Krishna's stories are a celebration of life in all its dimensions: joy and sorrow, love and duty, the mundane and the divine. He teaches that spirituality is not a distant ideal but an integral part of everyday existence, accessible to anyone willing to seek it. His life is a testament to the idea that divinity resides not in isolation but in the heart of human experience, offering guidance, hope, and inspiration to all who listen.